All right. Madhouse Wrestling, we got a hell of a show tonight for you guys, and we're going to get going with our very first match. But before we do that, a couple things. How many of you are first timers to Madhouse Wrestling? All right. Oh, happy anniversary. How many years? 45? 35. Still very damn impressive. Congratulations, 35 years. Now, Madhouse Wrestling, here's the deal. We don't have rules. We really don't. So, if you see anyone coming your way tonight, any wrestlers making their way towards you, get the hell out of the way. They're not stopping. I can assure you that right now. Please move for your own safety. Do not throw anything at the ring. You will be escorted out if that happens. Just a friendly reminder, all right? Don't be a dick. He said it. Guys, my name's Big Ace. I am your host for the evening, and man, I cannot wait for this. We're going to get into it. We are starting off strong, ladies and gentlemen. We are doing our extreme Grand Prix Championship Fatal 4-Way Elimination Match. Welcome to the ring, Christian Hansen.
This is your captain speaking alongside Matt Hollinger. I am Captain Midnight Guthrie, and I am fired up to be here at the Madhouse in Knoxville, Iowa. Madhouse Wrestling 7 one last shot. What a night of action. What a way to start it off, Hollinger.
Hell yeah, Midnight. I've been watching Tarzan Goto and drinking green tea all goddamn morning. I am jacked up and ready for some violence.
And because we're both such wrestling nerds, I have also watched Tarzan Goto today. It was from Memphis, 1986, an August television studio taping.
Tarzan Goto, the tie that binds all the professional wrestling together.
Oh, man. Yeah.
You hear that? This guy's nasty. He doesn't care what any of us think about him.
Well, he doesn't. He doesn't even care what I think. And usually people care about my opinion. That's how I know this guy's a bad dude. I like this Nic Nolan. He's well-trained, very well-trained. Not just Black and Brave Academy, but he's trained under Brian Kendrick. He's trained under Lance Storm. This guy's got a heck of a pedigree, and he's a hell of a competitor, a physical force, and there's a lot of meat in this one.
We saw him earlier this year in a very impressive contest against James Jeffries. Nic Nolan, a former competitive hockey player, brings some of that brawling expertise with him to the ring.
Well, he's dressed right for the Madhouse. He's got his jeans on. He's got his shit kickers on. He's ready for battle here. Huge stipulation at hand here with the Extreme Grand Prix title up for grabs. We'll explain that more so after all the introductions, as I'm sure these guys will be battling out for some time in this one. This should be a hell of a war because that is a prestigious championship. Everheart, Looney Tunes as they come, a feral child from the woods. Like most kids that grow up in the woods with wolves and what have you, raising him, he grows up into a Guns N' Roses fan. I respect that. But I tell you what, he's a hell of an athlete. And I just feel like if a guy like me could get a hold of this kid, civilize him a little bit, though, how much money could he make in wrestling, Hollinger?
I just always wonder when he's introduced from the woods, where specifically are these woods? Are they located here locally? Does he travel around the country and just live in the woods regardless of location?
He's a mysterious man. Now, I think his home base woods are around Waterloo, Iowa, which, Iowa has a perception of being all cornfields, but we've got a lot of foliage around. Incredible opportunity for Scott Tyler here, making his Madhouse debut. Add into the match just this week in place of Conan Lycan. And he is certainly a wild card to this one. The least experienced, but this guy has been impressing a lot of folks down in Central States Wrestling. And he has been excelling under high-pressure situations.
Tyler's certainly getting a big challenge for his Madhouse debut here, inserted into this Extreme Grand Prix title match. Sometimes the luck of the draw wins out for you.
Well, certainly, I mean, a big challenge both professionally and physically, because the big boys just keep on coming as we round out the field here with maybe a favorite of sorts, but it will be interesting to see coming in with that injury. He's coming off that soldier injury, so we'll get into that in a moment. We'll send it to Ace. Arjun Singh, a hell of a physical specimen, a hell of a professional wrestler. You know, when he started out in this game, can you imagine this guy would have found some rhythm? And now, look, he's a hell of a dancer, too. I didn't expect it.
We've seen Singh grow as a person and a professional wrestler over the last several years. Proud to see it. He was supposed to take part in the initial Extreme Grand Prix tournament in our last show. Had to pull out due to a shoulder injury.
Yes, so this matchup here, the winner earns that championship, and as part of that championship, as long as you hold the belt, you get to determine the stipulations of the match, but you can turn it in any time for a future heavyweight champion opportunity.
Prior to the show, Jimmy Wild doing just that. He was the initial winner of the Extreme Grand Prix tournament, trading in that title for his opportunity against Clay Cooper for the Madhouse heavyweight title in the main event here tonight.
Yes, and if you've not gone back and watched Madhouse 6, that was a hell of a hellacious tournament for that title. Jimmy Wild overcoming incredible odds against Bryce Jordan. Jordan attacked him after the match. He came in with an injury, somehow beat Solomon Tupu. He basically got out of there within an inch of his life. And then Clay Cooper attacked him after the match. But part of Jimmy Wild getting that opportunity is Arjun Singh helped give his opportunity to Jimmy Wild, and Singh points out that Jimmy owes him. So we'll see how he collects in the future on that one, if there's anything to collect, because we'll see right now these four men are trying to collect a giant prize, a beautiful championship.
Yes, and since Jimmy Wild did vacate that title as part of challenging for Clay Cooper's title tonight, obviously this match will be for the Extreme Grand Prix title. We do not let that belt sit vacant. It is a belt that must be defended at every Madhouse wrestling show.
Look at this. Now, it's not a tag team match, and in fact, this isn't even a first fall deal. This is an elimination-style match.
That is correct.
Fight to the finish. As is always in Madhouse, referee's discretion at play. The components in this match, though, we have every style of wrestling, for the most part, is on display here. We got the high-flying kicks of Tyler. Arjun Singh's a hell of a technical wrestler, but has really impressed us as a brawler here in Madhouse, along against the likes of Mance Warner. We've got Nic Nolan that has really impressed me with both his physical presence and his limb work. And then Ethan Everheart, a hell of a high flyer, a real wild man. That comes when your basis for living as a human being is from living in the woods.
Like you said, four pretty distinct styles here on this opening contest. It should make for a hell of a wrestling match.
And you never know what to expect in Madhouse. And Madhouse is known for its brawling, but we're kind of becoming known for our technical wrestling. And a great display here by both these men in the early going, exchanging limb holds, trying to find a competitive advantage. I do expect most of Arjun Singh's opposition to try to go right after that left shoulder. He had surgery on it recently. He's got a target on him. And we'll see. I mean, Nolan in particular is known to target for body parts. Tyler, certainly a wild card, known for his striking. It's been impressive as a youngster, comes to us with a background of being trained by the vicious Hoodie Howlett and Moonshine Mantell and Anaya, all those guys down in Kansas City. Luke Langley, all vicious technical targeting competitors and brawlers.
Yeah, but right now, Scott Tyler just hanging out on the outside of the ring, so we're spending a lot of time talking about a guy who's doing nothing right now while Arjun Singh and Ethan Everheart are beating the crap out of each other.
Well, that's a fair point, yes. And these guys are laying in the blows. Really laying it, and Ethan Everheart got the upper hand. Oh!
Still kind of waiting to see how referee Christian Hansen's going to call this match. I see right now we've got Nic Nolan and Scott Tyler on the outside of the ring. I don't know if they're enforcing only 2 men in the ring at one time or if they are just laying out and picking their spots.
I'm also curious. I assume they might be picking their spots unless there will be a tag that happens.
So far, neither guy letting Ethan Everhart get much of a chance at a pin on Arjun Singh. I'm not sure what kind of strategy that is in an elimination match. Being under elimination rules, you would think they would want to take every opportunity to let somebody else get themselves kicked out of the match.
Well, as you know here, you never know what to expect in the Madhouse, including, we can come up with what we think the strategy is all we want, and these guys always throw us for a loop, but they are the professional athletes. We are the analysts.
All right, now Nic Nolan and Scott Tyler seem to have turned the tables on the other two. They were biding their time on the outside.
A smart strategy because they let those two, for the first 4 minutes of the match, kind of wear each other down.
You said smart strategy, but they're just kind of sitting here staring at the cameras right now for some reason. Got themselves suplexed out of the boots.
Wow.
So much for that smart strategy.
Yeah, they absolutely they took their eye off the ball there and cost themselves absolutely there.
Ethan Everheart lighting up Nic Nolan in the corner there with some punches to the ribs.
Twists the arm, Irish whip. On the outside, Tyler and Singh are going to brawl apparently. And, big shoulder tackle by Nolan. Rare situation for Everheart that he has not just one competitor outside him, but 2.
Yeah, Ethan Everheart, deceptively large, but Nic Nolan is just a thick boy through and through.
Absolutely. Basement drop kick, nails him right in the knee. Ooh, comes up and down with the splash. Took Nolan by surprise with that. First cover of the match. Ooh. That was a close one, Hollinger.
Absolutely. That curb stomp into a kind of backsplash there. That was impressive by Ethan Everheart. Not quite enough to put Nic Nolan away at this early venture in the contest.
Oh, Nolan tried to cut him off there. Everheart caught him into beautiful move. Sweeps the legs over into a neck breaker. Rope assisted.
Needs to get him away from those ropes in the corner.
Ooh, shoulder up. One thing to keep in mind as the pace picks up here, it's a very hot day outside. It's 90 degrees plus humidity in Iowa. It is State Fair August weather, and that's one thing to keep in mind with these athletes throughout the night. We're in a nice air-conditioned facility, but it is still hot in here, through and through.
Ooh! Not a lot of air moving.
Big boot right to the chest. Man, nailed him in the heart there.
So far, we're seeing Ethan Everheart and Nic Nolan doing a lot in the ring while Tyler and Singh battle on the outside.
Interesting as this match wears on, as we see 2 in the ring. If the others that are outside will let them just take each other apart in the ring, kind of wear each other down, because at the end of the day, it's only the last pinfall that really matters and wins you the match, right?
Absolutely, and if these guys are staying off of the apron, avoiding those tags into the ring, not that I'm sure tags are even necessary here, but as long as they're not in the ring, they can't get beaten. They're not going to get eliminated from this match.
Nolan with a measured blow there. Now, traditionally, Nolan's style is more of this very deliberate striking, very deliberate hold style. In this environment, though, will that serve him well, you think? Because you kind of got to hit and move quickly in these deals.
Yeah, it's hard to narrow and pinpoint your focus on one guy in a match like this because you always have to be watching your back for the other two competitors that are also looking to knock you out of the match.
Crowd getting behind Ethan Everheart, always popular wherever he goes. Even in Knoxville, I've had a lot of run-ins with the children of Knoxville throughout the summer. I've had a rough time here. This summer in general, man, men, women, children, Tommy Rich, Baron Von Raschke, Fairweight Meat Counter, man, they've all kicked my ass, and I'm glad I'm just sitting here with you tonight. Hopefully no one tries to kick my ass tonight.
Well, I'm not sure that I'm going to have your back in any kind of fight, but I'll be here next to you.
Ooh, shoulder tackle. I wouldn't expect anything less.
Very explosive.
Another one. Big burst of offense by Everheart. And the momentum swinging his way. What a leap there.
A big stinger splash into the corner.
I have lost sight of Singh and Tyler outside the ring.
They're over here to our left. It looked like Scott Tyler took Singh out with some sort of a dive there. Singh
German suplex.
Singh staying on top of him on the outside with a bunch of punches.
Oh,
man, we got a lot going on.
This is getting to be one of those deals. It's like one of those old Nasty Boys matches where they go to the split screen.
Scott Tyler holding his own on the outside against the much larger
Three
Arjun
German
Singh.
suplexes. Everheart, he's got the crowd, but he's got to go for the pin. Oh, Tyler, he might be sensing an opportunity. Ooh, big club.
I'm not sure why he went after the fresh man there. You got Nic Nolan down in the ring. Why not just let him take care of business? That seems like a mistake on the part of Scott Tyler.
Well, he is the least experienced competitor. He's still in his rookie year. And he might be paying for it. Now, he's a tremendous striker. He is a tremendous striker. He's got that pedigree. Oh! As Singh and Everheart combined forces like two. At the State Fair, they used to have two train cars that ran into each other. That's what that looked like there. You remember seeing that?
Absolutely.
No, you weren't born in. You weren't living in 1935.
You don't know that, Guthrie? I've been around for a long time.
Yes,
Scott Tyler is out of it after that collision on the outside.
Well,
might as well have been hit by a train.
But hey, here's the thing. They're focused on him. There's a prone body in the ring there. Nic Nolan's getting crucial time to recover here.
Absolutely. Ethan Everheart had put in the work to take out Nic Nolan. Interrupted in the ring by Scott Tyler, and now Nolan's given a chance to recover.
What I think's interesting is all four of these competitors we know individually are pretty good. Even Everheart, with his goofy woods ass, are good strategists one-on-one. But this is taking them very much out of their element, and I think they all are kind of at a loss for their game plan right now.
Yeah, it's pretty tough to stick with any kind of game plan in a match like this, Guthrie. There are too many variables.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Nolan's still down in the ring. It's hard to tell whether he's just playing possum while he gets his breath or if he really was that out of it. If he was, there was a definite missed opportunity not taking advantage of that and trying to cover him.
Well, if there was ever a time to play possum a little bit, it's when three other dudes are beating the hell out of each other. Take your time.
Here he comes. I guess we'll see what he's got.
Kick right to the midsection as he's got Everheart now.
Hang on the ropes with a DDT.
Beautiful move.
No, he needs to try and hurry up and get that pinfall while Singh and Scott are down on the outside of the ring.
Oh, he's letting it. Now, wait a minute. Nolan, this is the Madhouse, man. That crowd, you can't let that crowd get to you like that, man. They're going to be there all night.
He's setting up in the corner, looking for something as Everheart gets to his feet.
Could be a big spear.
Takes him out with a huge spear.
And the first fall of the match goes to Nic Nolan. What a spear by Nic Nolan. As we are down to 3.
For a while there, it looked like Nolan was going to be the first one eliminated from the match. He can thank Scott Tyler for that. Saving his ass and letting him get one up on Ethan Everheart, catching his breath there.
Absolutely, because Everheart had such a flurry going there against Nolan, and then Tyler came in, caused a distraction.
Let Nolan get his breath back, turn the double team's attention toward Everheart, and now he's walking to the back as the loser.
And to me, that's honestly a bit of an upset because Everheart really proved himself against Clay Cooper in a championship match at Madhouse 4. Came very close to almost winning that championship. And I actually was expecting he might be the man to come out of here tonight with that belt. So
now, so far in this match, Guthrie, it seems like there's been some sort of a loose association between Nic Nolan and Scott Tyler. We haven't really seen the two turn against each other so far, but they have seemed to work together in some situations.
They're going to have to work together right now because this is quite a flurry here by Arjun Singh.
Arjun Singh, a well-traveled professional wrestler, spent a lot of time in India training with the great Khali.
Ooh, to the face.
Takes a big boot from Nic Nolan, but Scott Tyler rolls him up.
Whoa!
Almost caught him with that 3 count on the roll-up.
Yes, he did. Oh, Scott Tyler. Okay, I think the partnership's done.
Yeah, I think he's realized that he may have made a mistake trying to sneak one over on him.
This partnership's gotten real loose.
Reminding Nolan that, hey, we're in this together. We can take out Singh. I'm going to help you out here. Yeah, Nolan will let him get away with it for now, but I have a feeling that that pairing's not going to last long.
Well, in between Tyler and Nolan, they've both been trained by a plethora of real nasty, vicious dudes. So I'm curious to see. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised one bit if they undercut each other. But now we'll see are they going to take turns now to try to tear apart, especially that left shoulder of Arjun Singh. And there you see Nolan goes immediately for the shoulder.
I mean, it makes sense why Nic Nolan would be okay with this arrangement because he knows that if they were able to take out Singh, he's got a much easier time taking out Scott Tyler. Now, Scott Tyler's also okay with this arrangement because it means he's not getting his ass beaten by both Singh and Nic Nolan at the same time. Which is just smart.
I noticed, too, big forearms there. Scott Tyler, nice flurry there. What a combo.
Hitting him with the body blows.
Singh
hits him right back twice as hard.
But into the Russian leg sweep.
Took the do-rag right off his head.
Oh, that shoulder's bugging him, though. You notice that, Hollinger? He couldn't put any weight on that shoulder when he went for the cover there.
Yep, he was, that right side was not able to put any weight or any leverage in that pin. He was just kind of leaning on him there. We'll see if Nolan spotted that. Nolan going to work on the chest, maybe stomping on that pec. Maybe that's where the injury is with Singh. I know he had shoulder injury or shoulder issues coming into the match.
That is so connected. That area of the body, the pectorals to that shoulder. He's basically trying to disrupt the entire wiring of how his arm movement functions here.
Yeah, you can see Singh throwing those rights. He's still favoring that left side, though.
Because if you're at home, folks, right now, I want you to take your arm, move it around back and forth, and you'll feel right up into the middle of the pecs, you can feel that muscle contracting. Those tendons moving. Nice snap there. There's some of that Lance Storm influence.
Nic Nolan's been using that big boot to great effect.
Wow! Rounded leg lariat. The knee hit him right in the temple, I think. Beautiful maneuver.
Scott Tyler using his entire body as a weapon there. Throwing all of himself into that one.
Ooh, big kick there.
Big kick looked like it connected right on that injured pec.
It did.
Just a 2 count.
He powered out, but he had to do it with one shoulder.
Arjun Singh's still in this one. Remember, folks, it is an elimination match. 3 competitors left.
And the winner takes home that Extreme Grand Prix belt. While they hold it, they can dictate the match types, but they can turn it in any time for a Madhouse title opportunity. Oh, Nick
Nolan's
over
here at the table. He's grabbed that belt.
I mean, officially he's not won the match, but he might be thinking possession's 9/10 of the law here. I respect it.
Yeah, and there are no disqualifications in the Extreme Grand Prix title matches, so
he's putting it on already. He might be.
Is he putting it on backwards? Is he looking for maybe a senton here?
I don't know. He might just be confused.
Nope, just flipping her.
He's getting ahead of himself. I love an ego as much as anybody, but I think he's really getting ahead of himself here.
I'll say he looks damn good with that belt around his waist, and I think he's thinking the same thing himself. Right now, Scott Tyler seems content to help Nic Nolan work over Arjun Singh.
Well, sure.
I don't know if there was an agreement made coming into the match. Like we said, Scott Tyler not originally scheduled to be part of this match. He's a fairly last-minute injury replacement. And it's possible Nic Nolan was able to get to him before the show.
He might be showing some of he's young, but he might be showing some of his acumen because he might. Oh, never mind. The intelligence got knocked out of him there. I was going to say, he was probably thinking, if I get this down to one-on-one, I might have a better chance, regardless.
Big Superman punch from Arjun Singh takes out Nolan. He's got both of these guys out in the middle of the ring if he can get a cover.
But Tyler took the belt to the face. He's got to be out. He is.
Able to take out Tyler, but you can see there is nothing in that left shoulder of Arjun Singh. That was a completely limp drape across the body. Does he have enough to fight back against a much larger Nic Nolan with that injured shoulder?
Now we're down to one-on-one. Very much more of these guys' style, but this really plays into the strengths of Nic Nolan here, being methodical, tearing apart that shoulder some more.
Absolutely. Now he's free to work over Arjun Singh's shoulder without worrying about another wrestler sneaking up behind his back.
Absolutely.
He's able to play that focused pinpoint game that he's used to.
Arjun Singh, who loves to use different technical wrestling holds in that. It's tough to keep a hold on anybody when you only got one arm to do it with. And at some point, you got to wonder, big.
Nice lariat there from Nolan. May have been a last-ditch effort. Looks like it took just as much out of him as it did Singh.
And Singh down to one arm. And the thing is, if you're using one arm for everything, you're going to exhaust that eventually too. And then what do you do? What do you do?
That is a great point midnight.
I mean, we saw at Madhouse 6 the situation where Tupu literally tied up the arms of Gunnar Brave. He was down to basically one working limb, and then it was doomsday for him after that.
Both of these guys slow to get to their feet. Nolan looks like he's got that bad arm of Singh. He's got wrist control.
And keep in mind, we're nearing about, 21 minutes into this thing. These are some real championship rounds in water. I'm not sure if these guys are used to being in a wrestling contest this long in their careers.
The toll just from the length of this match has got to be exhausting on both guys. And this is just the opening contest, Guthrie. What an amazing night of wrestling.
Yeah, Nolan tried to stop, but I don't think he can stop the momentum of his head hitting the top of that ring post. Now he's getting two forearms. Singh going for, he got a neck breaker. Couldn't get all of it with the grip. But he got enough of it to hit a big European with that good functional arm.
Got some big rotation on that, trying to make up for the fact that he didn't have much power behind it.
This is the best opportunity Singh's had for about 15 minutes right here.
Absolutely. He's finally just fighting one man.
Ooh, he misses
looking for that boot, doesn't get it.
Oh, snap down. Immediately in the cover. Oh, how did he get out of it?
Kind of a reverse X Factor there, inverted X Factor.
And he immediately cradled the legs up for the pin. Referee in perfect position.
You see the back of Singh's head snap off of the mat there. He's in a lot of pain.
The only thing that saved Singh there was his fortitude. Like, what does he have? What is the constitution of his body? That is the difference between a champion and a challenger. You've got to have that deep inside of you. He's showing he
was
might be a
coming into this
champion.
injured to start with.
Oh, a spear! That's what took out Everheart earlier.
This might be it, Guthrie.
Oh, wow!
Just a 2 count.
Oh,
I was
no.
reaching for the hammer, ready to ring the bell.
Psychologically, what does this do to you if you're Nic Nolan? You've hit him with 2 major shots. In theory, he's a wounded man. Not just in theory, he is a wounded man.
Absolutely. He's a wounded man, and Nic Nolan has thrown just about everything he's got at him. He's going to have to go back to the well and reuse some of these tricks. Hope one of them works the second time around.
Uh-oh. Oh, jumping knee lift.
Caught him right on the
Oh,
button.
big running knee. And when the
2
arms...
solid knee strikes right on the button. Nic Nolan might be completely out
What
of
a
here.
smart move. The use of... Oh! Shoulder up. Sing. Incredible strategy. You can't strike with your arms. Your knees are working perfectly fine. What a shot there. And how did Nolan get out? How did Nolan get out?
I think the only way he made it out was this thing just does not have the strength to hold that cover with that injured shoulder right now.
And Nolan, 3 minutes ago, there's no way Nolan thought he'd be in a spot where he'd be literally crawling for the ropes, for the championship. Singh with a crossface style, almost a Cobra Clutch style, Camel Clutch style Cobra Clutch. Oh, he's got the vice. He's wrapped the legs around. And he's got the tap out. Singh has done it. Singh is the Extreme Grand Prix champion.
Well, Arjun Singh took care of his side of the deal. As we had mentioned earlier on in the show, Jimmy Wild, Arjun feels he owes him a favor, so Jimmy Wild wins that heavyweight title tonight against Clay Cooper. Arjun Singh's going to get that favor back one way or another, I think.
Yes, it remains to be seen. It's up now to Arjun Singh when he chooses to say, hey, I'm vying for that Madhouse title. He may enjoy just being the spoils of a champion for a time being here, too. Especially as being an Extreme Grand Prix champion, you get to dictate the style of match you're in from this point on. What a victory there. Great maneuver there.
Hell of an opening contest here at Madhouse Wrestling. One last shot. We got a lot more to come.